Movement is important to me as I have always enjoyed and participated in physical activity throughout my life. Movement to me means the ability to perform daily tasks and challenges with ease by using my body in certain ways. I believe movement is being able to undergo and perform any form of activity on a competitive or social level. Being able to move is something I value, as the thrill and the joy I get from participating in a sport is something I would be lost without. Being heavily involved in sport, I believe it has made me the person I am today. Golf for me is just a social game. I've played golf socially for about 6 years without any intention to play competitively. Golf is only a game that I play for fun with a group of friends on weekends every now and then. In our DMA, we have competed 3 types of golfer swings: a regional Waikato golfer swing, a social players golf swing, and a 2012 touring pro swing.
What movement means to me is being able to move as required and perform simple tasks. It is also my body functioning the way I want it to when needed, such as walking, running, playing sports, or even eating. I use movement to play the sport of golf as it is my sport of choice. I use movement in everyday activities, and without movement life would be very difficult. Golf is something where I can go to and play for hours and hours and use it to clear my mind. I enjoy walking the courses and the intensity of the competitions and tournaments. I started playing golf with my dad, and from there I reached as far as representing Waikato a number of times. Golf is one of the most technique required sports in the world today and requires dedication and commitment and great mindset. Golf is a sport that requires great concentration to hit the shot required, that being a low or high shot, a fade or a draw, or a chip, drive or a putt. A lot of difficult movement is required in the golf swing, as it is very technical movement, as we will present in our DMA. In our DMA we will show you 2 types of swings and compare the difference of movement through the swing. The 2 swings we will be comparing are a social golfer's swing and a 2012 touring professional. The differences will be very noticeable, and we will talk through step by step the basic fundamentals of a golf swing and how movement is involved.
With this screenshot of myself as a social golfer, I am addressed to the ball. My feet are too close together, which can create me to lose balance through the swing, which I tend to do. They need to be a little bit wider to support a solid structure and create balance through the swing. Also, the grip isn't correct. The top hand should be rolled over more to my left, so more knuckles are showing. At the top of the swing, I am swinging too far back, which actually loses power within the shot, and there is more room for errors throughout the swing because it is longer. What causes the overswing is my body is in a poor position and the spine angle isn't where it should be. My left elbow also flexes too far, which allows the club to go further over the shoulder and create that overswing. Another reason could be that my tension in the hands is too strong and the wrists do not hinge at appropriate points, and therefore the swing is swung until the wrist can break, creating that overswing. The ideal position at the top would be to have the club parallel to the ground. At the impact point of the swing, my hips are not in the correct position. They should be slightly rotated in a turning motion, as the hips are one of the biggest movers in the golf swing. Without my hips rotating, it creates a couple of problems. One of the problems is that my swing becomes more reliant on my arms, and this isn't as powerful as swinging through the ball with the hips. Secondly, it can cause the ball to go more to the right, as my hips are in a stuck position and my arms could be open at impact, creating what is called a shank or a shot going to the right. Evidence of this was at the driving range when the ball in fact went to the right whenever I hit a shot.
The professional has a nice solid setup. Everything is square to the target and the feet are just a bit outside shoulder width apart, which creates great solid structure and balance through the swing. As we can see, the grip is different. His hands are a lot more rolled to his left, and we can see his thumb in a different position to the social golfers. His knees are flexed to create good posture. From a teacher's perspective, this is a perfect setup to the ball. At the top of his swing, we notice it's nowhere near as long as the social golfers, and we can see his left arm is very straight and the wrists are hinged. This is a very good set position at the top of the swing. His left shoulder is almost under his chin, which creates more power through the swing, and lastly we notice his right knee is kind of more towards himself than the left knee. This is because his hips are turning at the top, and later on will turn through the ball to create a nice rotation and hit that perfect shot. At the impact point of the professional, we see his left hip is cleared out of the way and is in a rotating motion. And this is great from a teaching view, as this fundamental creates more power and uses less of the arms in the swing. Also, his hands would have been in line with the ball at impact, whereas the social golfers were behind the ball and late at impact. This positioning that he is in is perfect, as he is nearly all the way through the ball and his head is still and nice and still down.
a German beer with a Cuban cigar. In the middle of Paris with a Dominican bar. Great head on her shoulder, she probably studied abroad. She transferred to